It is I am poor sadly on Kennedy. All of my organs fall out. Oh no. Please help my organs go back in. I need them for reasons that I will not elaborate on. Look at all these weapons we got. Right?
Containment breach. System-wide surveillance failure detected.
One more bullet for the biggie gun. Not a lot of shotgun shells. Oh. I was just thinking, I'm like, shotgun really feels like the weapon you want to use against clickers, which is the only apparent enemy in here. That's from a very occasional zombie and the PC gamer cases that have like one item in them. More shotgun shells. Oh yeah. Where the fuck am I? Back room.
Over there. Easy as pie.
That's the room we were under before. I think this is pre-rendered. That's kind of fascinating. I don't think that's a 3D visual. I could be wrong. But it really looks like a 2D image that's being hidden behind that overall aesthetic. Uh-oh. Oh, there's no clickers. What? How the fuck did you go down that quick? This gun is not that strong, ever. What? Were those guys programmed to be made of paper? That's surreal. Uh-oh. Leon is reaching his limits. Sudden bouts of coughing and blurred vision will cause him to falter. He can only wait for these effects to subside. I don't know if that needed a tutorial. I think that's self-evident.
Oh, shit. You've got to be kidding me.
I do feel like there were some signs that this was going to happen, Leon. That you went on this mission in a state where you was actively being told you that was going to happen. Ah. Maybe this will fix it. It did not. They look like... I'm not over them looking like gaming PCs. Upper level central refining system, Pandora. Middle level bioweapon repository. Don't like the words bioweapon repository. Those guys were worth more than I thought. Do I even have any more upgrades to get? All those spots are filled in. I think we're down to the durability of the hatchet. And the muzzle rise of the Raccoon, which is really expensive, so maybe just durability of the hatchet. For funsies. Save over myself real quick. For additional funsies. Everything's fully loaded. Yep. Hello? We have explodey thing. We have big scary button. Probably causes the fight to start. Preferable to break all of the sound-based things first. Legendary tracking module? 10 grand? For free? Holy shit, I had to work for those. We had to undergo some relatively significant fights and whatnot to get the previous legendary tracking modules. Is this actually a button or is it it needs a key?
Security threat detected.
Uh-oh.
Elevator shut down. In effect. Override key authorization required.
Gotcha. So the fight might not happen now, it might happen later. When I get my stuff. Might as well spend it. Just get all that ammo. Alright, so maximum upgrade hatchet for durability. So now if I fight another boss fight, I guess, I'll be able to not worry about it disintegrating in my hands. And I got all the ammo. I guess I'll save again, so now when I die I don't have to do that part again. It's not necessarily super relevant because the checkpoints are pretty common as Leon. I don't really notice when they're happening, but they seem to... It feels like they basically happen every room. Just the act of going in the next room will probably cause another checkpoint to happen. There's definitely explodey bits to use in a fight there, but maybe not till next time? This is not a laser hallway, is it? The walls aren't even symmetrical. I wonder if they're gonna have one last laser hallway fan service. This is not the same room that she was in.
This must be the room.
It's clearly seeing the place I need to get to, but I have to go down and around because this door is locked. Oh god. We definitely would like this to not happen during the fight. But it probably will.
I'll take out as many of you fuckers as I can.
Wait, what? How do you see me? What the fuck? I was being quiet. Are they behind me? Yeah, they are. Gonna sneak around here real quick. I'll never see my tactics coming. Oh shit, I'm out of ammo. Oh, another one! Ah! I just got hit 75 times at the same time! Ah! What the fuck? Chill out, game. Jesus Christ. Jesus. Okay, wow. Today we learned that there are not iframes when you get hit. You can look at my health bar and see me get hit like 3 times almost simultaneously. That's wild. There's almost no video games where you're allowed to take damage like that. Just all of them swing at you at the same time. The ninja rule did not apply at all. They were perfectly happy to all attack at the same time, and all their attacks counted, even if I was already in a hit stun. Holy shit! Wow. The only grace that was offered me was the fact that they seemingly couldn't kill me. Like they can multi-hit me down to no health simultaneously in the most like crazy unfair combos, but how are you not aggroed? But seemingly they were in that big giant attack spam. They weren't allowed to actually finish me off. I seemed to like get stuck at exactly 1 health, and the game just had to give up and let me be alive. the fact that that guy's not aggroed. It might be a bad idea to sneak past him, because he might just aggro on me. That guy might burst out of his thing. Also, he's probably going to come over here. Machine gun ammo. No, no. Machine gun ammo. No, no, no. Nothing at all in here? Big button. See what that does in a minute. 3 bullets. Remember when she got 16 bullets? How the tables have turned. Is that considered a quiet action? Okay. Quiet action. 0 interest from the liquor. Uh-huh. Guess it's about what I expected. There's nothing around here. Door is still open, so if I fight this guy, then one from the previous one's coming after me. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Apparently coughing is also a quiet action. Coughing does not seem to make you noisy. Oh! Didn't even see you. That's gonna be a problem for me. Uh-oh. Can I stealth attack you? Yes, I can. Wait, I can just sneak around and stealth attack them all for free? I didn't get to learn this because the first guy was already aggroed on me, even though I didn't make noise. It's one thing to have him burst out of the vent and be like, "Harr," and roar at nothing, but the fact that he ran straight at me when I was stealthily walking away, I was like, what the fuck? Why is he aggroed on me? Oh my goodness, this is insane. Okay, so I'm super powerful then, because I can just stealth take down every single one of them that's on the ground. And I don't even use a resource in doing so. I just slightly dull an axe. Very slightly. Which I can always resharpen for free. That might count as a noise action. I basically want him to come investigate that. If he comes down, then I get to chop his head off. That's wild. That's wild that Leon can one-shot liquors at this point. Oh my goodness. I mean, he's like the ultra veteran at this shit. He's been through all these games. It is an interesting little bit of commentary on, like, what these characters have been through. I talked about it before, but, like, there's a whole arc where at the beginning of a Resident Evil game, you're usually kind of scared and afraid. Fighting for little bits of resources, trying to unpack this fucked up puzzle mansion and accomplish anything in it. I bet he wakes up. But the more you the more you get through the campaign, you hit a point where it's like you're decked out like crazy, you got like a shotgun and a flamethrower or something, you've beaten a giant shark or something, and like you're fighting Tyrant and so on. So I'm getting distracted by this cat meowing at me. Calm down. Quiet. I'm busy. Go away. No, I'm doing a video. Oh my god. Do I have to close the door? Okay, he's going away. I want the door open so I don't get hot, because this game makes my computer hot and no one's home, so I should be allowed to have the door open. But then the cat would be like, hi, 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 hi. I'm like, please stop. Hi. No, please. But yeah, you have this whole character arc over the course of a Resident Evil game. That's like kind of the point. There's the part of me that's like, I like the action part less at the end, but it is like an interesting little thing that your character overcoming the threats over the course of the arc is that at first you're like running from everything and scared and afraid, and by the end you're like actively fighting back. And you're kind of a badass over here. And so after you live through a few of these games, like it makes sense that Leon goes from like scared deputy alongside Claire to conquering the events of Resident Evil 2 to then just starting Resident Evil 4 immediately being kind of a badass. Then like Resident Evil 4 opens on an insanely intense combat scenario of a billion enemies running at you in a village and you having to like constantly you engage in gameplay that in some ways has more in common with modern Doom games than the Resident Evil games that you played before, and that you are like, it's all about like maintaining mobility. You continually make forward progress through the level and keep doing little loops because constant movement keeps you ahead of being surrounded and overtaken and forces enemies to kind of group up behind you in a manageable way. Like it's like playing Doom 2016. And like that's how far Leon's come, is he's doing those kinds of crazy scenarios in the opening of his next game. And then Resident Evil 6, everyone's a comical superhero. Every single one, everyone in that entire game is basically Neo. They're so comically overcompetent, but in a not very fun way. This game was just kind of ridiculous. But they really they nailed the tone of a lot of it by now. And like, yeah, like this is Leon's 4th adventure, if I remember correctly, not counting movies and stuff. 2, 4, 6, 9. He was almost perfectly every even numbered one, but no, he wasn't an 8. So it makes sense that he's like comically competent and can do this crazy stuff. But yeah, it is wild to be like, remember in your first adventure when clickers made me panic? Now I can stealth take down the clickers. I can just sneak up behind him, hit him once with my axe. That's it. Just doing one clean shot to the brain. One clean hit on the brain takes out the entire clicker in the way that we're used to from the rest of zombie fiction. Which is, I'll remind you, not even how vulnerable normal zombies are to being hit in this game. Like, in normal zombie fiction, you can take people out with a clean hit to the brain. In Resident Evil, you usually can't even kill zombies with a hit to the brain. And Leon's gotten to the point where he can do that with clickers, which are like $120 million super bioweapons. This room's definitely gonna have stuff in it now. I already hear it. Yep, oh my god. 4 of them right there. Can I throw this at them? Yeah. Fuck you! Did that even hit anybody? No. Uh-oh. Wait, they all turned towards me instead of the bomb. Ow. I can't tell what's happening right now. I hope it's working out for me. Alright, was that good? Ah! That's not even the grenade I thought I had. Ah! Blow up! Where's the grenade I threw? Where the fuck's the grenade? That was the whole point. Alright, the grapple has weird properties, clearly. Oh, what? He didn't get stunned. They do the exact rearing up every time, and it keeps not working out. Oh, that one's still alive. They're always on the ground, so it's hard to tell. He's trying to do the cool stand-up from backwards pose freaking recovery. Alright, well that was, not nearly as cool as I thought I was gonna be. It's like, I'm gonna throw the bomb at them, they're all clustered up, and then he just threw, but you don't have control over where the throw goes, so he just threw it in the middle of the room. I'm like, oh, that's not what I thought was gonna happen. I'm like, maybe I get to throw it at them and I shoot it out of the air or something and get them. Looks like I got like 2 of them at the beginning. Yeah, 2 of them are dead back here. In the second part, I was like, oh, but well, at least now I can throw the second bomb at them while they're all clustered on me, and it was somewhat less effective than I anticipated. I don't even know what happened to my grenade. I think it just disappeared without blowing up at all. I threw a grenade before that one time I got grabbed. It's gone. I had 2 grenades and I have 1 now. It seemingly didn't blow up on anybody. That's just rude. An elevator. They have to hold off against waves of enemies now.
Memory corrupt. Self-repair functionality offline. Air thermometer warning. Pause lockdown available.
Uh-oh. This definitely feels like the "you're fucked if you didn't kill the lickers yet" moment of the elevator that makes noise. Definitely a bit of a Deus Ex Human Revolution style, like, defend the... You have to hold off while the elevator takes forever to get here. That was actually done pretty well, I think, in like Half-Life 2 Episode 1, I think, was the one where they did it in the context of
Will arrive shortly.
a dark, an upsetting little like dark basement or parking garage
Has arrived.
where you could barely tell what was happening. You're like, oh fuck, please. Rifle ammo. Nice. Any more? Oh shit. Yeah, there is. Wow, that was a lot, actually.
I can't waste any more time here.
What if I did waste some time?
I need to go.
What if I wasted some time as a treat? Just gonna spend my stuff real quick. 16 grand. Heck. Let's give it the last upgrade for this, for funsies. There we go. No achievement for upgrading everything? I guess there is no concept of really upgrading everything because... I guess if you did that, you'd have to buy every single item in the game. In my brain, I'm like, oh, I upgraded one of every item type to full. Because there's weapons that kind of replace each other. But yeah, I guess there wouldn't be an achievement for that kind of thing. Because how do you differentiate? How do you itemize that? And you also can't physically carry everything at once. So they can't make one for upgrading every single item because I don't think the items hold over if you sell the item. I don't think the upgrades are persistent if you sell the stuff. And I can't physically have every item in my inventory. Wah, wah.
Almost there, Sherry.
Mr. Redfield, I don't feel so good. I don't think his name's Redfield, obviously. The joke is that Chris is, of course, the older mentor figure, because he was already in STARS by the time, well before Leon even joins the Force. Not feeling so good. Ooh. Elevator behind, forward there. I think I'm gonna save us the trouble of going that way. I assume that's the direction that she's gonna come from. Do it, Leon. Climb the piss stairs. Whoa. How does everyone not think of piss immediately when they see that hallway? It's piss colored, and there's like liquid wave reflections all over it to evoke liquid specifically.
What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind? My research opened Pandora's box, unleashing disaster upon the world.
Except Elpis, the goddess of hope, or so the myth goes.
A blind hope.
What do you mean?
Humans cannot predict when death will come for them. This is why they have hope. I was wrong, and I am plagued by guilt. Happiness cannot be achieved at the expense of others. I think that's enough for today.
Why did you accept my request for an interview? Who is that? Is that one of your subjects?
Of course not. She was alone in the world. I took her in to make amends.
Is she
Perfectly normal. Just an average child needing a home. She is my hope. Aren't you beautiful? Would you like to hold her?
okay? She's adorable. What's her name?
Grace.
Grace. Is there anything else you'd like to tell me?
I've said my piece. I only hope it serves as a requiem for those who have passed.
He said the thing.
Leon. Leon. I need to hurry.
I wonder if I'm thinking about this right. Did they just see it as completely... Let's see. Let's interview notes. 16th, 1300, Oswell E. Spencer. I need to hurry! Opens notes, reads journal. World War and Cold War, founded umbrella out of despair. Loquacious. Huh. T-virus, bioweapons, incomplete blood research. Incomplete blood research. Immortality, memory transfer, advanced breed of human, mind control, all for the evolution of humanity? Bioterrorism and human experimentation, no response to questions. Doubt? Elpis will be there, blah 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 blah. Censored weirdly? Elpis? Look it up later. Impressions? More rational than expected. A pure scientist, an idealist. That purity was the origin of madness? A twisted genius at his core. Some hesitation in his speech. Is he hiding something? Anger? Regret? Letter from Patrick. Miss Alyssa Ashcroft, I hope this letter finds you in good health. My name is Patrick and I am writing to you as the butler of Oswell E. Spencer. Perhaps you remember me. I'd like to extend my gratitude once more to you for taking the time to interview Master Oswell. I am writing to you today to inform you of his last will and testament. In his later years, my master was often in a state of unrest and his speech was somewhat jumbled. As such, his last will and testament was quite unintelligible aside from the following passage. I would appreciate if you could read it carefully. Kindly respond at your earliest convenience. Below follows an excerpt from the will. I designate Alyssa Ashcroft as the guardian of my adopted daughter, Grace. She will be safe in her care. Oswell E. Spencer. Do these people think that they're doing Oswell's Like, do they think they're doing Spencer's will, or when they hunted her down? If I'm hearing this correctly, it sounds like Grace is actually a completely normal girl, even if they made a bunch of efforts to clone her or whatever. The original Grace is just a normal girl. There's no special destiny, no special characteristics. She's just a normal girl that Oswell took in out of regret. And it's been misconstrued as being this crazy thing. Like it was a part, like it was yet another scheme or plan of his. And her mom's thanks for taking her in was that she got murdered 8 years ago. Hello, Spencer Mansion ass hallway. Immediately, Spencer Mansion mode. That's wild. This is where you get the true ending if you have the hourglass. If you don't have the hourglass, you get incinerated. There's his chair. That makes it pretty explicit. Some of his letters. Keep reflexively trying to zoom in, and I'm like, maybe right click? That's a big ass apple. That's a big apple. How long has it been here? Is it fake? I assume? Gramophone.
This is finally my chance to do something.
So if it's known for Pandora's Box, was that Oswell being interviewed by her after both of them escaped Raccoon City already? Or after Raccoon City already happened, after the interviewer would have escaped because she was in Outbreak? I always thought that he was dead already by the time of the events of the first game, but I guess he just wasn't present, and that made it feel like he was dead. Oh, that's a billion little babies, isn't it? And the little globes.
Oh, Leon!
Leon, don't worry. You're not gonna die in the piss hallway. That's way more embarrassing than the elevator, microwave hallway from MGS4.
Oh, hey, it's me. It's Grace. Oh, please wake up. Come on. Wake up, wake up. Hey.
Hey, you. I was just resting my eyes.
You okay? Oh, let me help you.
Let's do this.
Okay. I don't know the password.
He's just been standing here.
Soon left it wide open for us. Any wrong code will do. It'll destroy Elpis.
Let's try.
Grace, whatever it takes. I can buy you some time.
No. No, I have an idea.
I trust you. I trust you.
So, the prodigal daughter returns.
I know the password.
Fulfill your destiny, and all will be forgiven.
Assuming he didn't hear
Let
this
Leon live.
in the same room.
Very well.
Let Leon live. He has seconds to live. What? Oh, that's not the answer. Those are the choices. So she knows the answer. Destroy Elpis or release Elpis. These are genuine choices? That's surprising.
I was wrong, and I am plagued by guilt.
I'm gonna destroy Elpis. You promise you'll end this.
This is it.
You pick destruction and she types the exact password for saving Elpis by accident.
What did you do?
What I had to.
Grace, get out of here! Go! Right behind you!
Leon! What are you doing? Come on! Leon!
At least I could save you.
No!
Damn. Like, it wasn't visible gore necessarily, but they did not cut away. They actually kill Leon on camera. Obviously, it's happened a million times in bad ends, but I think this is canon? If the saves allow me, I guess I'll go back and see the other one or something. Look, he trusted me to do this. It is so goddamn funny the villain's plan was just to drag me here and then just put me in front of a keyboard and then just helplessly stand around,
Saved you, Leon.
hoping I do it. Oh, it just ends. Damn. Interesting. I wonder if that is genuinely like a bad end or something. Destroying Elpis instead of releasing it. Like, was the insight that we're supposed to think that Spencer was genuinely regretful enough that like the Hope Project thing is worth releasing, even though it's what the bad guy wanted us to do the whole time? This ending does make the bad guy very funny, for the reasons I gave already, but also just the fact that, like, he's kind of a downgrade from the first villain. The first villain had, like, good scenes, he was creepy, he seemed motivated in a way where he, like, sort of had values on some level. Not, like, good values, but, like, you know, he was a more fully rounded character. This guy's just, like, vaguely evil and douchey in that Wesker sort of way. And he just feels very try-hard, like it's like I'm so fucking cool. I'm such a cool Neo boy with my cool dodges and my cool gun. I dress like this on purpose. And the juxtaposition between how fucking insane he looks and how try-hard he is, and then his whole plan is just to stand there in that room. We literally just had like an hours-long Resident Evil level play out while he was just standing in that room the whole time, not safeguarding like he wasn't safeguarding Grace in any way. He's letting us just do an entire mission where we could die, just assuming we're gonna come back and we're gonna make our way back. We went from Leon and Grace being in that room to a cool escape where Leon basically just endangers Grace again by making her do an entire level full of liquors, and also he had to do it too, just to fight their way back into the room to just do it again. And since Leon's plan is to destroy the the project, he kind of accomplished nothing by escaping and endangering her for hours and so on. If they had just pressed the button immediately and started the detonation process, then they would have had the exact same outcome, minus maybe the elevator not being the helicopter not being ready yet. Like the last few hours of the game were largely caused by just Leon doing an escape onto a weird convenient platform that didn't really help his goals necessarily. But no, but like because it's so unsatisfying, to have that be the arc of the level, because it feels like I didn't earn anything or gain anything by playing the level. That does further signpost maybe that the other ending is the good, true ending. And maybe Leon survives, but then dies? Like he succumbs to the disease later at home? Or maybe they find a cure. Maybe Leon actually survives this game. 'Cause yeah, I was ready to accept that Leon dies here. Or cause I've accepted that a while ago. I've been predicting it like most of the game, and I was even really ready to accept that he died there when he was like, "At least I saved you." And I was like, okay, putting a lot on the shoulders of Grace as a character that might come back in future games, and that like tying her to Leon's death is a great way to make people hate her, unfortunately, because of how people react to certain types of characters, and also how they don't react very well to older characters dying eventually in various, let's say, third-person shooter survival horror franchises from AAA studios, you know, the ones. But him saying that made sense. It's like, oh, maybe this really is the way out. But I kind of thought it was gonna like collapse and fall and explode and shit, and it'd be like a heavily implied Leon death that isn't graphically on screen. And then of course the other guy would still be alive because he's some sort of super mutant nightmare, so he would just resurface in a future game, but not maybe show up in this game anymore, or maybe he'd face off and be a problem when you're trying to escape at the end. But then Leon had such a vicious, sort of unceremonious, like giant blood spatter death, and I was like, huh, even if they make it so that there's no room for ambiguity, and they want to make it absolutely clear that he did actually die and it's not a fake out and so on, don't expect it to be quite that, like almost like grindhouse and like silly. Like the blood was everywhere. It's like you usually expect it to be a gun to head, and then you hear the bang, but it actually cuts to the reaction shot of the person seeing it happen, and they're screaming about it, and like that's usually the go-to canon death sort of expression in a lot of fiction. But not only did they not cut away to her immediately, they cut from his body to his body, even if the head doesn't visibly explode on camera. You definitely don't. You expect like maybe you see it in silhouette, or maybe you see blood explode, like maybe blood on the wall behind, but blood just exploding everywhere in a somewhat comical way. I'm like, that feels suspiciously like how Leon dies in fake deaths, by which I mean like the game over deaths. Like when Leon gets cut the fuck in half, and you're like, oh! Well, gotta reload now. Assuming they don't just... It's also a very abrupt ending. This is a pretty long game. So the fact that she gets up there to the helicopter and then she's like, if only I could have saved you, Leon. Cut to credits. I'm like, okay, so this is just not canon. Once that happens, you're just straight up gesturing at the idea that you should have picked the other choice. And this is the ending where you lose. I'm gonna go ahead and skip these because I'll probably let them run in the other ending. But sitting here waiting for them to play is gonna take 100 years. 16 hours! Standard classic. Insanity modes. There is a hard mode. Behind the scenes video. Bunch of concept art. So many things. Challenge is complete. Oh, that's a lot of completion points. What is deja vu? That's a lot of challenge. Oh, those are probably just the achievements I got along the way, I assume. That's probably it. You can return to the point of the game just before Grace sets password. You like to alter your choice? Yep. Alright, so give me a second.